Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to today's Robotic Process Automation webinar, RPA in action actually. And today we're going to talk about, not to keep, but to refresh in memory what is Robotic Process Automation is, what is used for, and how it could help your business to become more efficient. Also, we will take a look on the two popular RPA tools, Uipass and Microsoft Power Automate. We just take a look on their capabilities, advantages, or even disadvantages. And also I will show you two examples, two live demos, how to process invoices, both for incoming and outgoing invoices. And in the end of our webinar, I will show you a real case study, an example of how we automate almost 100% of business processes for one of the big restoration construction company. And also you will have a possibility to ask questions, and I will try to answer all of them. Before we start, just let me shortly introduce myself. My name is Victor Antonenko. I'm a leader of RPA team at Infopulse Ukraine. I'm a certified engineer, RPA engineer. I also have a background in programming languages and processes automation, optimization, and engineering. Also, not so long time ago, I became certified on the such useful technologies such Elasticsearch and Kibana. Yes, and I have a solid experience in Uipass, Blue Prism, and Power Automate automation. And today we are going to share our knowledge and experience and more and more. Okay, let's start. So just a few words about RPA. So all we know that the need for efficient business processes have been an agenda for a long time, and it stay on agenda until now. And the easiest way to achieve that goals is by leveraging digital workforces through the robotic process automation technology. So robots enables a company to get more work done in a shorter time through the so-known execution workers that are capable to execute tasks that rule-based, standardized, and repetitive. So applying RPA will result in many opportunities for a company to become more efficient through the cost, time saving, and increasing process quality. So again, robots are capable to mimic many, if not all human user actions. They can log into applications, move files and folders, copy and paste data, fill in forms, extract structured data from the documents, and scraping browsers and more. But robot does it many times faster comparing to the human, of course. And for instance, a robot can read a big text or make some calculation in milliseconds comparing to human. Also, another important thing that robot does it without errors. Errors that can occur due to human factor, tiredness or inattention or simple typo, especially when we perform in the financial transactions. It could cost too much for the company in case of error. And of course, a robot can work 24/7 with no vacation, with sick leaves, and so on. This is probably one of the reasons why RPA has become more popular last years. And if you take a look on the global market site and dynamics, we can see that starting from 2017 and to nowadays, the robotic process automation market grows in 5 times. And according to the forecasts and dynamics, we see that it will proceed to grow at least for the next 3 years. Yes, and just short overview of the global market share. We can see here that the banking, finance services, and insurers have more usage comparing to other sectors, to information technology, telecom, logistic, or energy. But that's very useful statistic, by the way. But I would say that. Just please keep in mind that you can apply RPA in any sector as you wish, because RPA is very tool that easy technology and tools that easy to start and easy to implement at scale. So actually, generally, why we choose an RPA technology? So it doesn't require a lot of investments, at least in the beginning, because it simply could be led by business representatives with just IT guys only for support. As I said, it's easy to implement because you can just simply download some installation files and run the robotics on your personal computer, so without any special environment configuration. That's why it's easy to implement and scale automated process for your colleagues or for other departments. And also in a constantly changing business environment, RPA vendors very fast adapt to that, because the most of vendors create more and more useful features in robotic processes that can help you to just simplify automation of your processes. Yeah. Okay, so about RPA tools, there are a lot of tools on the market, and according to Gartner Magic Quadrant Robotics Process Automation, we see that the leaders of that sector, so it's Uipass, Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism, or Fusion. So and to our minds, it's becoming more popular and popular. So there's Microsoft Power Platform, namely Microsoft Power Automate. So and all that tools have almost a similar features. That's all the programming options. Some of them has even cognitive capabilities and so on. But to our minds, so RPA tools has at least three features that unite all of them. This feature is code-free, so it doesn't require extensive programming skills, and employee with a minimum programming expertise can be trained to automate RPA tools very quickly. Most of the RPA tools has user interface and drag and drop functions that can be easily drag functions to build the business logic. That's very, how to say, very useful and very user friendly. And one more time, why it's RPA is so important, that it doesn't require to change existing systems you work with in daily routines. Yeah, okay. And one more thing about the RPA is RPA project terms. So comparing to traditional programming languages projects, so we can consider that a short project is up to 2 weeks. So and meet from 2 to 6, and a long project from 6 weeks. As you know, the implementation of the just traditional project that can take more time than 2 weeks probably for simple process, even for the simple process. Yeah. Okay, and now we just I will explain why we chosen Uipass and Power Automate. So from the Uipass side, of course, it's a market leader Yes, and with Uipass it is easy to start, as I said. You just can simply download and install on your personal computer, and with several clicks you can start your RPA journey to automate your business routines. And important things that Uipass provide robots for free. So as you know, Uipass has a community edition, and even just simply registering account in a cloud platform, you will see the unattended robot for free. That's very nice feature. What about the Power Automate? Is why we choose the Power Automate? That's most companies use Microsoft products, and Power Automate's functionality works with all known famous apps that you utilize during your working day. Okay, more deeply about Uipass. As you know, so the CEO of Uipass company, Daniel Dunn, said that he wants a robot for every person. That probably makes sense. Yes, and you know that in the beginning of the journey, Uipass just was a 10 people team, and outsourced automation libraries and software. But now Uipass has more than, as I remember, 7,000 enterprise customers, and with a vision, with a focus on the building the world's best RPA software. Okay, if we're talking about process and consensus of Uipass, again, Uipass has a very broad functionality, starting from the UI interactions and possibility to interact with the APIs. And yes, and also, as I said previously, it has a free community edition that allows you to try Uipass on your in your daily routines. And another great thing about Uipass is that Uipass has a great learning academy that you can get certified in a short time. If you're talking about minuses of Uipass, I would say that one of the biggest minuses, this is unattended robot price. It's not so cheap, yeah. And another thing, it's probably sounds not so it sounds strange to fast grow, but to our minds, Uipass create a lot of functionalities in a short time that require companies to have attended persons to follow that news, updates, and new features. So it's probably not so good in that context, yeah. Okay, what about the Power Automate? All we know that this is a part of the Microsoft Power Platform, and is a cloud-based service that offers us API and UI based automations in one tool. And a fascinating thing about the Power Automate is the connectors. Power Automate provides us more than 220 connectors and services that works with all the known especially for us, for business users, known applications that we utilize during the day. Yeah, that's the most exciting feature of the Power Automate. And another important thing, and through the pros, I would say that the price plans variation in a Power Automate, that's a good thing, because we can choose a plan starting with just probably $15 without any UI interactions, and per flow and per user plans, it can be suitable for processes you choose to automate. And if you're talking about minuses of Power Automate, I would say that UI interaction, that is not so how to say, not so good comparing to Uipass. Okay, I would it's based on my experience on that and experience with my team. Okay, that's probably yeah, all I want to say about that's tools, and now we are going to show you some examples, especially two examples, how to automate invoices processing with a Power Automate. Now we're talking about incoming invoices. So the process quite simple now. Is just when we wait for new email with attachment with this structure at subject, and then the robot extracts needed information from the attached file, send invoice with some details for approval to dedicated person, and in case of approval it creates a new item in a SharePoint list for further processing. And another example is Uipass use case. But in this time, this is outgoing invoices. So we have we have several source files that we store information in. The main business logic when we collect data and process data according to the business rules. According to business rules, and just simply generate and save invoices to any destination for further process, and all the following steps. It depends on your process, on your company, on other companies. But in both cases, what we will have in both cases, so it's we will win the time, of course, save money, eliminate possible errors. As I said previously, it's due to the human factor. Also, we will raise the security because robot performing actions that are rule-based and every time monitored by a special person or even a business representative. And also all the all the documents that we use in that processes will be in electronic form, so we go paperless. Okay, let's start with Power Automate. We'll start just a second. Yes, I have already created a workflow for that. Just take a quick look how it looks. Okay, so we will see here when your email arrive. I will show you some options. I will send it from my working email, so it doesn't matter. With a subject invoice and with attachment. And further processing is consists of several steps. So yes, by the way, before we start this process, we created a model, a prediction model that aimed to train robot to understand the fields on an invoice. So we use here Contoso invoices examples. And what this model it does here is just to learn the robot to understand needed fields here. For example, invoice number or contact or total amount, for example. So we should do that before configure that flow. And the last step of that process is not the last, but the next step is just send to approval for the dedicated person, and it depends. The next steps depends on the answer from the person who checks invoice correctness. If a person approves that email, so it creates an item in a special SharePoint list. If no, it just sends email again to the invoice sender. Okay, just simply start the process. We already turned it on, and yes, I have prepared email. Just simple with the Contoso example. Just open it to show. Yes, absolutely the same that we used during the training, robot training. Okay. So we just here we need to wait until new emails arrive in inbox, and yeah, here we can monitor robots run history. So now just it probably requires a couple of seconds. Yeah, just wait. Not now. Okay. Just It did. As you can see, yes, here is the history of the previous runs, and in case of fail or I don't know, some cancel, you will see the history here. And also you can simply take a look on the older runs. Oh, okay, just keep it back. Yeah, we can see, so the process is running now, and according to the process configured, we have to wait for the next email with request to approve invoice. And as I said previously, that we see here, I just we take it just a couple of data that we need from invoice, that from and total amount, as you can see here, and just let's simply click it proof. Yes, and confirm the approval. Okay, it's done. And again, take a look on the history, run history, and we can see that that's succeeded. Just take a look on the SharePoint list, and we can see here that a new item is created. That's from information, the total amount paid. No, that's information for another person who will especially make a payment according to that information. So that's, as for me, that's very simple, but very powerful example how we can simply use the power of Automate to process incoming invoices. So from the other side, we have another example how to process outgoing invoices. So namely, what we need to do is to collect information from the different sources. Now, I just represented source information in Excel files, but here could be any source you use in the process. So it could be SharePoint or so another, or emails. It doesn't matter. So, but the main file here is the report from the time tracking. So that's a person, project, and how many hours person spent on that project. So the aim of that process is to collect information from the other source files, so that are all assignments from the project and cost centers. So to identify the cost center, to identify the rate for every single person, and to combine this information, and based on that create invoices in a PDF format redistributed by the cost centers. So if you will have here, for example, 3 cost centers, should be 3 invoices, or 4, it doesn't matter. So in that case, we will use just a simple process in Uipass Studio. This is not a REF framework; it's just simple process, because for REF framework it doesn't require. We do not need here a REF framework. Okay, just simply run it. By the way, it should be, according to process structure, it should be PDF invoices here in that folder, and in out folder there will be some result files, and yes, I will show you about the result of robot run. Okay, just simply run it. What should I show you here? This is a logs, but it could say you not so big. It's just a representation of robot steps to understand what's going on during robot run. The main part of that is the reading source files, as we get here, and apply a logic to find the contract position, to find the rate for that contract position, and fill in invoice template form. Just wait probably half a minute or more. Just we'll see the result of that running. As you can see, so already some of the files are appearing here. I will explain while it's running. I will explain how the file name is generated. So it's just legal entity, the company that we send invoice to. This is the name of a cost center, and number of the invoice. So it consists of the as you can see, 0, 0, 9, and 20, that's the number of the months and year. And this is a sequence number of the invoice. This CTD report file, so just I will open it after the robot completes. Just probably some seconds, few seconds. Yes, just a next person sending. Right, data to result file. And in addition, we will have here, as you can see, a result. Oh, it's already completed. That's nice. Okay, it takes 1 minute and 46 seconds. By the way, just for information, comparing to the same process that are executed by the human to generate in that case 4 invoices, and with such a source files, it takes at least 1 hour to generate that for invoices. Okay, as we can see, robot generates a new report file that already has cost center information, that has legal entity name, norm hours, and so on. Also, robot generated a result file. This information about the redistribution by the cost center and total hours and distribution by project. So how many times, standard times or overtimes, it doesn't matter, was spent on the project 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just take a look on the invoices that robots created. It's absolutely the same information like in Excel file robot generate, but that's an invoice already. I will make it a bit bigger for you. But this invoice is already ready for the processing, for the checking, and sending to the customer. As you can see here, so this invoice number, the cost centers, persons, contract positions, rates. Of course, it's a fake rates. And another thing that robot generates an total ground amount in a string representation for better, for accuracy. Yes, so that's again the very simple for side process, but with not so simple logic. But again, you can see how the just simply use a RPA tool, we can build this logic and simplify and make in many times faster process of invoices, outgoing invoices creation. Okay, let's turn back to our presentation, and now I'm going to show you and tell you about the case study about the restoration and construction company that we make estimation. So several words about the company. So a company recovers consequences after damage, after water or fire damage, or cleaning service, or providing even cleaning services for the customers. So from the left side, you can see the general process schema. So when something happens with a customer, it creates a request on a special info portal. Info portal sends automatically a message to the robot that's already marked with gray. It's related to the robot, and the robot extracts information. By the way, all is done, all that automation done with Uipass tool. A robot reads information in email, extracts the data, type of the task, then again, in the info portal, robot identifies a manager, not a manager, the responsible person for that customer. And using third-party communication portal, a robot and API call, robot sends SMS message to the managers that should fix a problem as soon as possible, or in case of emergency case, it make even a call. And after that, a robot registers a project and creates invoice and update the budgets and accounting system. So the special account for that, special system for that. In addition, the robot generates daily, weekly, and monthly reports for the department manager to understand how many cases were processed, which ones were red cases, so it's emergency cases, which one yellow, and so on. And from the right side, you can see the business failure from that automation. So we can see that project is a long project. So we deliver it. We deliver that automation more than 18 weeks. We reached almost 100% level of automation. Only just one process we left for the human checking. This is invoices checking after the after robot create invoices. In general, we automated 18 business critical processes for the customer, and you can see the interesting thing here about 2 robots utilized. So the utilization percent is just 25.3. It means that using even one robot with such a big number of the processes, not so simple. Utilization percent is low, and it creates a more and more potential for more processes of automation with only just one robot. So. And due to that automation, so workload was reduced by 5 Ts. We also increased 3 times speed of the case processing. Applying previous background in the process optimization, we also decreased numbers of SMS that sent during the day to the managers. Yeah, that fixes a problem, and dashboard notifications from 500 to 250 SMS. That saves money for the customer. So I think that's, to our minds, that's a very great example how a company can organize, can automate their business processes using just RPA technology. Okay, so probably that's all I would like to say today and to share with you today. And now just let's go to the questions. Just a second, I will take a look on the chat. Probably if you, yes, it's probably. Okay, just let me a second to understand which question. I see here general questions like how to choose a business process correctly, or even what we need to start the RPA automations, how many what representatives we need to start automations. I would answer that to choose a correct business process, that's very important, of course, but not the general, but very important thing not to start with a very complex process from the beginning. I would strongly recommend you to start with as simple process as possible. Just look around your daily work, understand or identify the processes or actions that you do during the day every time. I don't know, in the morning, read an email, or try and identify the important email from the customer or from your colleagues, or another thing. Just understand which actions you do every day on the regular basis, and start with them. It doesn't matter which tool to choose, Power Automate or Uipass, or even other known tools. The aim in the beginning is just to understand that even a simple process, even with any tool, can bring you a value right now. So, and you shouldn't walk, or you shouldn't wait for a long time to see the result of your automation. So that's only one advice that I can give you about choosing the right process. Yeah. Another thing about who we need to start a RPA. There is only one person need to start RPA. It's you. Yeah, because as he has said previously about the Uipass or Power Automate, you can simply start automation on your daily business on your personal computer without any special environment. Just download software, install it in a few clicks, and try to automate. That's the only person need to start RPA journey. Of course, for the further processing or for the further automations for your company, or it probably will be required to create a dedicated virtual machine supported by the IT or supported by you. It doesn't matter. But just to start, it's only you need to start. And another thing, yes, and why another important thing, why I didn't show you how to use user interface, program user interface. That's was I have done it especially to show that as you can see, with the simple steps, just using not a core not core RPA tool feature, you can start automation, and you can get a business value from a very simple process. That's probably a topic for the next webinars, to show how we can simply interact with the user interfaces in the browsers or desktop applications. Yes, probably. Yeah, that's all. Okay. For now, it's all I want to say, and thank you for joining our webinar. I hope you find it useful and interesting. And in case of any questions regarding RPA tools or technology in general, or some proposals, please contact Infopulse company at any time, and we will provide you answers as soon as possible. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye.